Shit, bad, bro.
Nah,
What's
you
good?
good? What's going on, y'all, boy?
Oh, I'm just chilling up to trying to get this stuff ready for the wedding. What's good? Everything good?
Ain't shit. About to get on here real quick with y'all before I head into work, man. You feel me?
Okay.
Tills open bar.
What's
Chris, this
happening?
is your first time on here, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, what's happening? My name's Spoke outside of West Palm Beach, Florida, but I reside in South Carolina, so I still do my thing even home. We got two big things that I'm gonna bring out about another month or two, and then thing y'all want to know, just hit me up, holler at me, ask me about. You know, got projects, shit. Shout out to that boy Tizzle for letting me come into the open bar. I ain't got my drink, but I do got my cup. Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I mean, what do I got to say? It's your boy, C minor. Follow me on Instagram, PFC_minor1. You know, I'm the number one side nigga in America. Um,
Y'all, boy, you foolish.
I
You
don't
foolish.
discriminate, you know what I'm saying? I like big women, small women, skinny women, tall, short, you know what I'm saying? I will watch your kids for a fee of $20 an hour, you know,
Not the $20 an hour.
and I won't eat their snacks. I promise. I won't eat their snacks.
Nigga, you gonna eat all that fruit snacks, especially if you get high.
I'm gonna eat they snacks up, so don't leave me with you. I'm gonna eat they snacks up.
Hey, speaking of which, let me tell y'all, cause I know, Sport. I know you done dated women that got kids. Chris, you ever dated somebody that got kids?
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all give me y'all pros and cons of dating a woman that got kids.
First of all, you gotta win the kids. You don't win them kids, right? I ain't dealing with me personally like this. I ain't dealing with no babies. I deal with teenage boys, young grown men. You know, but then you got to do. But you got some on there like that, and think they can just jump on.
You talk about a woman with small kids though, right?
Not woman. Oh, okay. A woman with small kids. Love the kids. Love your own. Do things with them. I mean, you ain't got to be the biological parent, but you might as well say you biological because you're in the household. You know, I mean, teach them, show them something. I mean, you can be a street person, but when you come home, leave the streets in the street.
That's
You know,
true.
Chris, what's your pros and cons?
Um, shit. Um, the pros of having a woman with children is, I guess, it gives you some kind of a little bit of clarification that maybe this person may have some responsibility. Like they may be on their shit. It's a possibility. It's not always the case, but sometimes you can a lot of women who back in the day may have been a certain way, but then when they had a kid, it may have changed them overall as a person for the better.
Right.
So I mean that's always a plus. So I guess that's the pros of it. The cons of it, I mean, I don't want to be the one to call no woman bitter or nothing like that. That's just not me. Um, I'll just simply, I usually take the high road and I say, maybe it's just not their time right now or whatever. But the cons of having a woman with a kid, they have a lot of expectations of you as a man when they know that they have a child. So
Rightfully so though.
sometimes some women are not capable of expressing that and actually, letting you know what it is that they expect from you now that you know that it's not just her that you're dating now, or it's not her that you only got to accept. You got to accept her child or her children too. So I think that just comes with communication. Like if you let that be known, then I think everything will be all right. But if you don't let it be known, it could be it could be a bad situation.
Yeah, true.
I don't think they ask men this question enough, but I'm gonna ask the both of y'all.
Yeah.
Are y'all okay with dating a woman that's financially doing better than y'all?
Me personally, I can say yeah. Then I can say yeah. But then you know what I'm saying? It's just that ambition. You just don't want to, you gotta, it'd be good to have somebody who who can give you that motivation, that drive to succeed, to do better. Because a lot of them, some dudes be honest, some dudes be intimidated. I done
Right.
met women, 2 houses, 4 cars, and they tell me they can't keep no dude because dudes get intimidated by what they got.
Wait,
Instead of trying to build.
We talking about you being a man, Chris. We talking about you being a man. If you dating a woman, would you be intimidated if she made more than you, or if she was more financially stable than you?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I don't know if I interrupted, but
Nah, you good.
Like here's my take on a woman who has me a lot by as far as financially. Like I'm okay with it. I mean, the thing that guys got to understand, and women alike, you gotta, your ego can be your worst enemy sometimes.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so by me being with a woman who has, more to offer financially, I'm not tripping on it because, I mean, if I'm that concerned about it, I'm gonna try to advance myself and try to get to her level or surpass her. But really, it shouldn't even be a competition because at the end of the day, if I'm paying my bills and I'm taking care of myself and I'm still well off a little bit, then I'm good. You can make as much money as you want to.
Going back to what my boy was saying, he was saying that, like you got women that will motivate you and that'll help put you in a position like, especially if you're a brother that's been incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, you already got 2 strikes against you. So you got to work 4 times harder than a man that don't have a record or that don't have those type of things holding him back. But at the same time, too, it seems like in this generation, a lot of men are, settling. Or not even settling. They're not even trying. It's like the women are more ambitious and they have more drive than the men today.
You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about, I was just listening to Master P earlier today. You know why a lot of people settle? Because they can't achieve on their own. They need that backbone. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women
need somebody though.
I mean,
everybody needs somebody though. Like you can't do I'm not gonna say can't, but you're not able to do everything on your own. You have to have resources for something. No matter how much money you have, money does not, equal success. You can have all the money in the world and still be a failure.
Just like Master P said this morning, he say, "You show me your friends, and I can tell you how your life gonna end up."
And you understand? And that hit home right there.
You show me your friends, so guess what? If you don't drive yourself, I ain't gonna even say women. I'm gonna just use if you hang around a bunch of deadbeat dudes, what's the thing gonna happen to you?
Yeah, true enough.
You gotta surround yourself by people that's motivated. They ain't gotta be motivated.
And that was like me when I was 17, 18, that's why I started kind of separating myself from the streets because a lot of my homeboys started getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them wasn't working 9 to 5s. A lot of them, was in the streets doing their thing. And then just like with me, I got blessed with an opportunity, to do something with what I went to school for. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it like, you know, I ain't gotta worry about, you know what I'm saying, being harassed by the police every day. I ain't gotta worry about, you know, somebody hating on me, somebody trying to come, you know, kill me, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So us as men, it's different things that we face, but at the same time, there was a chick I was watching. She did like a little interview, and she basically was saying like, you know, like as far as us being raised, like our parents did the best that they can because they only did what they knew how to do. You know, and a lot of this stuff go back to parenting. You adapt a lot of stuff that you see, you know, within your household. If you see your mama getting her ass whooped, you know what I'm saying, as a young woman, then a lot of times you grow up thinking, oh, it's okay for a man to hit you. Same way you being a man, if you seen your daddy putting his hands on your mom or whatever woman he was dating, you think it's okay for you to do that because that's how you came up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
I was raised, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen my old boy hit my mama.
Okay.
I done seen a lot of women. He beat up a lot of dudes. She even shot her husband. Tried to kill him. So, come on, he.
Let me ask you something. Boy,
Yeah.
so you grew up in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
You were 80s, baby.
Yeah.
So looking at life now, we in 2021, we're approaching 2022 versus how life was in the 80s as far as like the households were structured and you know just the timing, just the ambiance of the time, like the music, you know what I'm saying, the structure of the household, crack epidemic, all of that. Like tell me like what's the like what you see like in the world today from what it was in the 80s.
See, I'm gonna tell you what I see. Like, okay, like nowadays, like from what we came up from. See, I grew up in Lake Worth, so everybody know I'm from Crosstown, and everybody know how Crosstown operates. Basically, everybody from Crosstown is, if you ain't blood family, you family because you grew up in there. And we had community. I asked one, oh, that's your mama ass. Your mama only can whoop your ass. No, we had that ass was community ass. I'm talking about, I don't care if you ran 4 streets over, still got that ass tore up. They go 4 go. And a lot of people be fucked up to the point where, well, the government got it fucked up because why? You beat your kids, they want to, you mean to tell me I got to buy you clothes, I got to pay for you, I got to take care of you. Then if you do something wrong, I spank you just to go to jail.
Right.
And that's what, and a lot of people don't understand. That's where the era went wrong at. Like when I grew up, like I tell kids, y'all blessed. Y'all can sit down and play PlayStation all motherfucking day. Look here. Shit, when ColecoVision came out, then Atari came out, then goddamn here go the Nintendo. When that Nintendo came out, well, look here, you ain't running up your mama like this. You ain't playing no. You be good in school. You got to be good in school the whole week. Nintendo on the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's how like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the world is. But now everybody's so focused on, it's like now everybody up trying to focus on other shit. Like, okay, before the big rims and all that. I remember when nigga was riding 30s and chunks, D's and lows. God damn it. Nigga go get a little $300-400 paint job. You was the man coming through the city. Now, what they get excited about? Oh, big rims. Oh, these Fendis, these Gucci, these products. Guess what? Fendi, Gucci, Prada, and all of them ain't gonna help pay no bills. You don't went and spent 2-3 bands, and you know you 2-3 bands behind on child support. 3 bands, look here. I take my 2-3 bands to go to child support.
Right.
But then you got a lot of them like Me, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? I just turned 43 September 20th. If I knew what I knew now, I would have chose the whole different path.
And you
Now,
know what's crazy? I tell a lot of the younger cats that I work with the same shit. Cause you know, I was telling somebody last night. I said I remember when I was coming up. I said shit. I said minimum wage was $8 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Then they raised it. I believe to 10. My job just started. Well, like you can be a kid coming straight out of high school making $17.50 an hour. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? I see a lot of these cats. They not want to get money, working 9 to 5, but it's a lot of other shit going on. You got gambling, you got scamming, you got niggas still dealing, but of course the streets ain't the same what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many different resources. Like even with this phone, like I could do a whole podcast on my phone. Like I don't need nothing else. Like there's so many resources out there for a lot of these young people. You know what I'm saying, to get money. And I tell them, I say, man, I said if I was making, I'm saying at 18, 19, if I was making at least 1,500 every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, where I would be at now. Like I was telling the cat, I'm like, dog, I said, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no responsibility, you still at home. I said, bro, I said, it ain't shit for you to take $400-500 out every check, put that bitch to the side. You 20, 21 years old right now. By the time you 26, man, you got you some money saved up to go get you a house. You can go
yep.
start a business. You can go get you some property, some land. You know what I'm saying? Versus like back then. Not saying we couldn't do it back then, but I'm just saying so many resources to get money. There's a lot more money to be made out here now.
That's why I did. That's why I say if I would have known what I knew now to where I'm at now, listen, I mean, I enjoyed my life. I would think when I good thing shit. I ain't gonna sit here in purple. I'm sad because I went to jail. Shit, it was kind of good that I went to motherfucking jail. I got all that shit I earned when I was young. I got all that shit I earned. So now that I'm older, I value life more. I value my
Right.
freedom more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Back, I was wild. I was like, head first. I wouldn't care that. Oh, my dog finna fight. This we all finna fight. My dog finna go shoot. We all finna go shoot. So now, when I had my first child when I was 17, I was like, damn, boom, I got a baby. Boom, I'm locked up. Then you realize you steady going in and out of jail. Guess what you doing? You basically done kept hitting the reset button on your motherfucking life because every time you go in, you gotta come back out to pump back up. Then you get jammed up again, gotta pump back up, come back out. I mean, it's a reset button. So now, in order for you to change that reset button, sometimes you ain't gotta change your place. You ain't gotta. You just gotta the way you look at stuff, the way you handle your business. I mean, shit, if you gotta cut people off, guess what? I always learn. When I still paid attention to the Bible and really understand what God's saying, He put people in your life, and He gonna take people out your life. It meant to be there one day. Some people meant there to be there a lifetime. But He will let you know who He gonna keep and who He gonna take away from you. It could be your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Look at, I got a best friend. I love this nigga to death, but the nigga like to get drunk too damn much. You know what I'm saying? So I like to drink. So if I'm hanging around him every day, the first thing he go in the store and get a cold one, what I'm gonna say, bro, bring me one too.
Yep.
So, sometimes I love the nigga dearly. We grew up together. From my life to his life, and the way he came out, like, damn, boy, you came out this way, and this nigga came out that way. But you really wasn't no street. You ain't going to the streets until you got older. See, we've been.
But see, even reverting to that, bro, like, down here, like, if you was in the streets down here, you started off young, or that shit just came hereditary. You was born into that shit. Now you got it now to where it's a lot of young cats. They people ain't even live that type of lifestyle, and they in an environment where they can really thrive, and they really want to be that. That's why I asked you that question, like, about the times from the 80s to now. And not
Well,
saying you didn't have cats that was doing that back then, but you see a lot more of it now. You know what I'm saying? Like kids that don't have no, they just green bean as fuck when it comes to the game in general and just the code of the street in general. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying? And really the death of the OG, because it ain't really no more OGs no more. They either locked up or they dead.
before I learn, before I teach you how to pick up a gun and go kill somebody, I teach you how to fill out a job application. You know, see, I grew up with street niggas. They ain't know nothing about jobs. All them boys hustled, did what they did, supplied and that's guess what? They still doing the same thing. Then you got some on that hustle, open started businesses, and get the long haul out of it. But then you just got someone that just can't elevate. I don't care how much money they make, they cannot elevate.
Yeah.
Chris, I want to talk to you real quick because your situation is very unique. Like, your biological dad passed away when you was fairly young, but you also had that father figure presence in your life with, Pop. You know what I'm saying? Even when me and you first became friends, I thought Pop was, your biological dad. So kind of talk to me about like how he played, a big part in your life, how he was a major influence, you know what I'm saying, coming up.
Um, well, like you said, my dad got murdered when I was of age, and the story behind that is, I was in the back seat of the car when he got murdered. So, and that's just a little more or less of the story. But anyway, um, the impact, you saying what the impact was that he had on my life?
Well, you were young, not young enough to really know who your biological dad was. So I'm speaking like, you knowing that now, you being an older man now, and you always having a father presence in your life with Pop, like with your dad now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm asking you like, how did he, impact your life? Like what did he do for your life by him coming into your life and feeling that void in a sense, not necessarily a void, but feeling that space, in your life to help you become the man that you are today.
Yeah.
I mean, to start off, I've always had father figures, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't consistent enough to where it's like it's in the household. So when he came about, it was like I don't have to run to my grandfather or anybody else. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting anybody who was a male figure in my life because they all did a really good job. But just having that in-home like presence of a father figure was good. But by him being there, I do understand like a lot of dudes who say, oh, I didn't have my dad, so the reason why I act out is because of this. I'm big on like not making excuses.
Yeah.
Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one. So,
Right.
you know, for me, it's like, I can't sit up here and say, oh, well, I didn't have my dad, so, I had to go rob somebody, or I had to go do this, or I have to be this respectful to everybody because I'm hurting about something. So,
Right.
truthfully, like when he came in my life, like, see, my dad is like real like military sound. So it was like, when I came from practice, clean your room. Uh, when you get home, clean up. Make sure you ain't got to worry about your mama, hollering at you about certain stuff because I don't like people hollering at me too much. And
Right.
there's a saying that says like anybody can be anybody can be a dad, but it takes a real man to be a father.
Amen.
So
Amen.
with that being said, like, he was all that. He was all that and above. So like, cause I'm like you said, I'm not his biological child, but even today, like when I go around somewhere, they'll be like, oh, that's my son. That's my seed,
Right.
and
Right.
that's the respect that we have for each other. But, when you have a guy who can come in and basically take someone else's child and make them their own, like that speaks a lot of volumes about that person because they don't
Amen.
have to. Because, you know, especially when their name is not on the birth certificate and all the other kind of stuff, and they're willing, like, understand this. My father paid, my dad now, he paid, if anybody understand how expensive AAU basketball is, you constantly traveling. I was sponsored by, well, I was playing for one team that was sponsored by Nike, and then I was sponsored by another team that was Adidas. Between the both of them, that's thousands and thousands of dollars you have to come out of pocket. Well, for some things, not all things.
Right.
But, man, like, you know, that's a true mark of character of person that he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he'll do for me rather than do for himself first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the kind of, when you see stuff like that, like that's, I gotta tip my hat off to him on that. Cause I mean, it's crazy because I told him the other day, he's like, would you ever date another woman with kids? I was like, Dad, I can't really speak on that. But what I can say is that that's not my desire, because I want to start something where the person I'm with, that's our child together, and then we build from there. But
what if you meet somebody? But what if you meet somebody that's wonderful? Like, she's wonderful at everything she do, but it just so happens she does have a kid, or she does have a few children. Because there's a lot of great women out here that already have children.
Hey,
It's just like you said, they have a certain expectation from you as a man because they have responsibility already.
let me jump out there so I can get back to work. So, you know, I catch y'all boys on the next rebound.
Okay.
All right, y'all boys have a blessed day, man.
You too, man.
You too.
All right.
But Mike, it's like I said before, bro. Like, you gotta understand that. I mean, well, let me answer your question real quick. I don't mind dating a woman with kids.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't. It's not a big thing. Like, I'm at the age now where it's like, I'm good. And a lot of women now, they're already about their children and they're doing for their kids. So me coming in the picture is not saying, oh, you need to help out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a lot of women I've met over time that, you know, they have kids and they said, like, okay, I don't need nothing from you. Only thing I ask is that you respect me while you're in front of my children, because I don't want them seeing what I don't. If you're going to be an example in their life, you don't need to set an example to them by basically yelling at me, cursing me out, or treating me like I'm nothing, because then they're going to think that's okay when they get older.
Right.
So that's really just, you know, like I said, I don't care if a woman has kids. You know, I'll give it a run. If I don't like it for whatever reason, I'm entitled to having my own opinion, and I'm entitled to making that decision. Just like a woman's entitled to having her decision when it comes to me, whether or not I'm equally yoked with her in this case. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But, you know, that you brought up some pretty good points, some really good points. Anything you want to say before we sign off? Any shout outs?
I mean, shit. Ain't too much, bro. Just follow me on Instagram, KUC_1. You know, I have to get a little bit more active on there because I've been kind of like chilling lately because I've been busy with.
Nah, that's okay, and that's shit. That's okay. Everybody need a mental break from this social media shit. That's just real shit.
Oh yeah.
But we about to sign off. Chris, appreciate you for joining in again to this open bar. Y'all stay tuned.
All right.